I've been married for 4 years with two beautiful kids, and over the last 4 years, it has been an adventure. Now, what I'm about to share with you in this video is some of the things we thought, some of the mistakes we made, and hopefully it helps you. Now, this is my own side of the story. Now, hopefully, I think maybe next week my wife will be here to share her own side of the story. And sincerely, I believe whatever I'm about to share with you right now is going to help you if you are married. Now, if you are about to get married, better off. You know this things so that you get more prepared before you get into marriage. Because trust me, these tips, these insights or personal experiences will actually help you or guide you into either making better decisions or actually having a more fruitful marriage. There are three truths about being married that nobody actually tells us. You can't find it in most books. Nobody talks about it. Everyone seems to kind of hide it. Nobody wants to talk about them. And so I'm going to share with you three of them, not every one of them. I'm going to be sharing three of them in this video so we don't make the video very long. I'm going to be sharing three of these truths that nobody actually tells you before you get into marriage. Because I've come to realize that most people have these issues in their marriage and they seem to see it as a very big issue because nobody told them it will be an issue when they get married. So when they get married and face these challenges, it becomes a big problem. They see it like it's a big problem or they see it like it's a challenge. Meanwhile, it is something that happens across every marriage, but nobody talks about it. But that is what this channel is about. So let's talk about the first point. And that is your spouse will always annoy you. You know, most people actually believe that getting married is actually getting married to one of the most perfect people on earth. Now, I hear people use this cliche, finding Mr. Right or Mr. Left, whatever that is. That is actually laughable because the truth is there is no perfect person out there. There is nobody that you find today and that person will be the right person for you for life, will never make any mistakes, will never get you angry, will never piss you off or stuff like that. In fact, on the contrary, whoever you get to marry, going to be one of the persons that will piss you off the most for the rest of your life. Because let's face it, you are getting married to a human being, not an AI or a toy. So definitely, these are the things that will come up. Now, when people go into marriages because they feel this person is perfect, this person doesn't have any flaws, blah, blah, blah. Especially during dating times, people tend to hide a lot of flaws. But when you get into marriage with that notion that this person is perfect, and you then start seeing some rubbish coming from the person, some nonsense, and you're like, can I really take this? Can I really go on with this? And it becomes an issue. But when you are expecting the other person to make mistakes, now this is one of the things I say often, always make excuses for your spouse. When your spouse, when you are married, rather, always make excuses for them ahead of the offenses. Because the truth is, it will always be there. It will always come. Those annoying things that you hate will always come. It comes both ways. Your husband is going to stress you out. Your wife is going to stress you out. Now, when the kids get into the picture, it even gets the water even get a little bit more muddy, and that is when you need to become more intentional. The person who loves you the most will sometimes also drive you the craziest. That doesn't mean something is wrong. It means you are both human, learning, growing, and sometimes colliding with each other. Now, the next point is something everyone always runs away from. Nobody talks about it. Everyone seems to sweep it under the carpet. And that is the fact that you won't always have sex. Now, this is why most people get married with the notion of, I want to get married, so I'll stop fornicating. I want to get married, so I'll stop masturbating. And so they feel like marriage is like a pathway to help them from their sexual problems. Now, if you've got sexual problems, I advise you sort it out before you get into marriage, because the truth is marriage will not sort your sexual problems. See, let me tell you something. When you get married, sex will be the last thing on your mind. It's true. The water is always sweet when it's stolen. When you are stealing it or stuff like that, you feel, but when you get married, it's a whole different ballgame. The stress of running a family floods in at the same time that sometimes you don't even think about. It doesn't cross your mind for weeks, months. And if you are not intentional about it, it becomes a very big problem. You see, you have to be intentional about intimacy in your marriage. You have to plan for it. You have to make it happen. You have to work towards it as a couple. If not, you'll find yourself becoming two roommates instead of lovers, and that is quite a very dangerous place to find yourself. Now, the next point is something I believe you should have heard over and over and over and over again. And that is the fact that there is no perfect marriage out there. There is none. I've not seen any marriage that has not gone through the hurdles or still going through the hurdles. There is no perfect union. Listen, marriage is the first institution laid down by God. And there is no way the devil is going to allow it to run smoothly, because you see how the family is, how your marriage is, most of the times, not even sometimes, most of the times, determines how the society in general is. So if the marriage is faulty, if the marriage is having issues, now look at all the issues we're having in the world today, and it's because of the high rise of fathers not being at home, mothers not being serious with their children, fathers being irresponsible. It always leads, an irresponsible parent will always lead to irresponsible children. Is a fact. In fact, there is statistics that has come up from the US that shows that most of the people who ended up in jail in the US are always people from homes that are broken, are always people who are coming from broken homes. And this is the fact out there. So your marriage will not be perfect. It is your real job to make sure that every single day you're working towards making it perfect. Will issues come up? Yes. Will problems come up? Yes. But it's a work in progress. I see it. Now, this is what we say to couples most times when we talk. Marriage is not a sprint. You are not running a sprint. Two, you're not competing against anybody. It's a marathon. It's something you do for a lifetime. So you work every day to make things better, one step at the other. And I'm going to chip this in as a bonus point. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. Stop trying to prove things to people. You don't have to prove to people that you're happy or you're not happy. You see, this further puts strain in your marriage and causes a lot of issues for you. Because I've seen where couples are trying to prove to the public, social media, stuff that they're doing well, but behind the scenes, they are struggling. And so this is the truth. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. There is no perfect marriage out there. Every book you read about how to get married, how to keep a perfect home, blah, 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 all those stuff should all serve as a reference point. Everybody, every pastor, every minister who speaks to you should all serve as a reference point. You can't use Mr. A's wedding by marriage to guide your own life, because every marriage is different. Every marriage has a specific goal by God. So you have to look at it from that aspect to know that, okay, issues will come up in my marriage, and that is because my marriage is not perfect. The person I'm married to is a human being, or an AI or a robot. So I expect issues. I make mistakes ahead of time. I make excuses ahead of time for my spouse, and that is how it is. And that is the fun and the beauty of it. It's an adventure. You just have to go into it and enjoy that process. All right, so that is the 3 simple points I just want to share with you very quickly in this video. Hopefully my wife will be here next week to share her own side of the story. Now, if you are married, good. This is actually something you should start applying to your marriages if you want to. Like I said, it is not cast on stone. It's not something that is cast on stone anywhere. There is no rule book to how your marriage should work. Your marriage is unique. You choose how to make it work. But if you're not married, fine, you go ahead, start. You know those things. You know that marriage is not perfect. You know that whoever you're going to marry is a human being. You know that you're not going to get continuous marriage. It's not a pathway to sex. So you kind of have a head start, if I may say that. Whatever issues you are having in your marriage, it cuts across boards. 99% of people are having the same issues. It's just everyone is trying to make it work. Everyone is putting in the effort. The man, the woman, the children, the families, everyone is trying to make it work. And you too should also try to make it work. I will always say that try to make excuses for your spouse even before they make the mistakes, because the truth is, they will always make the mistake. Now, one of my pastors in the U used to say this, of blessed memory right now. You say, when issues come up, sort it out immediately, because more issues are going to come up. So the longer you linger to sort out the particular issues, the more you are procrastinating issues that will come up, because the truth is, there will always be issues. So sort them out as fast as possible and move on to the next challenge. So thanks for being here with me for the last 5-10 minutes. I hope this video helps you. Now, if you enjoyed this video so far, do not forget to subscribe to this channel or show it to someone who might like it. Let's grow the channel. Now, this helps the algorithm push this to more people who will find value from this video. I hope this helps you, and I'll see you in our next podcast. Now, we show up for you here every Sunday, so watch out for us every single Sunday by 12 p.m. I hope this video helps you once again, and bye for now.